trying to do something there that hadn't been done. I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically.
I'm self-made. I come from just putting two quarters together, $2 together, just things that were just, really painting houses.
Hey Macy, there's been a lot of talk online about an intriguing theory connecting the recent fires in Los Angeles to some big legal and public controversies involving famous people. The idea is that these fires might not just be random. They could be part of an effort by powerful individuals to get rid of evidence that could show up in major court cases. A lot of folks think this theory is a stretch or lacks solid proof, but others believe there are patterns that are too interesting to ignore. One person stirring the conversation is comedian Katt Williams. He's known for speaking his mind, and he's been raising some thought-provoking points on the topic across different platforms. What do you think? Pretty wild, right? Katt Williams, known for being outspoken about the entertainment industry, reportedly suggested that a major event could happen ahead of some key legal developments. Online, people have drawn connections between his comments and the wildfires in California, speculating that these fires might not be purely accidental. Instead, some believe they could be a calculated effort to destroy evidence that might play a role in ongoing investigations or court cases. This theory has gained traction because of the timing. The fires started around the same time as allegations against major figures in the entertainment world began to surface. One name that keeps coming up in these conversations is Sean "Diddy" Combs, often seen as one of the most influential figures in the music industry. Those who support this idea point out that during legal disputes involving Diddy or people associated with him, fires have mysteriously broken out near certain homes or properties, raising eyebrows about whether it's all just a coincidence. Some people believe there's a strange connection between recent major court cases and unusual patterns of destruction. They've compared these incidents to past events in places like Malibu or Maui, where well-known estates were badly damaged while nearby homes were barely touched. To them, it feels too unusual to be a coincidence, raising suspicions about whether certain properties were deliberately targeted. The idea gains traction when people notice how odd it is for specific buildings to be destroyed while others right next door remain intact. On top of that, they point out how, in the past, major fires have coincided with big legal battles making headlines. For those who believe in hidden agendas, this adds fuel to the idea that something deeper might be going on.
They don't even give me a permit for the parties, man. They don't want me to throw the parties no more. But we ain't gonna stop. We're gonna keep on having fun, bringing people together from all walks of life. You're gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we wanna have a good time. Whenever you bring up a different element into people's environment, things that broaden people's horizon, people get intimidated.
A new voice has added fuel to these theories. Ally Carter, who has openly shared her experiences with powerful figures in the entertainment industry. She previously urged her followers to pay attention to events like large-scale fires or sudden accidents, suggesting they might be used to disrupt investigations or destroy important evidence. When wildfires later broke out in California, Ally pointed to her earlier warnings, claiming these weren't random disasters but carefully planned events. She implied that they were meant to wipe out sensitive information and protect powerful people from being exposed. Her claims have stirred up even more curiosity and debate, making people wonder if there's more to these events than meets the eye. Another intriguing voice in this conversation is Catherine Austin Fitts, a former government official. She has suggested that powerful groups might use unusual methods to hide information from the public. While she didn't directly reference the recent fires, many see her comments as pointing to the idea that these events might serve a hidden purpose. By drawing comparisons to past moments in history, where large-scale destruction coincided with major investigations, she left people questioning whether the same kind of tactics could be happening again. The story took an unexpected turn when a recording allegedly featuring Sean Combs, better known as Diddy, surfaced. In the clip, someone can be heard telling another person to get rid of boxes, using what some believe is coded language. Many think these boxes could be holding incriminating evidence. Although the recording hasn't been verified, it has set social media buzzing, with people speculating about whether it points to something being covered up. People have started to wonder if some items were deliberately removed or destroyed before authorities could investigate them, cutting off any chance of discovering important details. The theory is that by getting rid of evidence ahead of time, any leads that could have led to deeper findings would be stopped in their tracks. But it doesn't stop there. Online, people have been pointing out smaller events that seem to tie into this bigger idea. Some have even reported seeing individuals wearing ski masks in areas that later caught fire. These social media posts, whether images, personal stories, or shared information, suggest that the fires might not have been caused by things like weather, as officials said. Instead, many are beginning to wonder if there's a more intentional reason behind it all.
No, I was just trying to say it wasn't like I just was running around, through my career and just, every couple of years just being with a new person. Like these are people that were my friends, and then I would get my heart broken, and then my friend would be there, and I would fall in love with my friend, and then I would get my heart broken again.
So are you in love now?
When celebrities themselves started questioning the official story behind the fires, it made a lot of people stop and think, could this be something more intentional? One of the most talked about moments was when Chris Brown posted online, suggesting that someone might be purposely starting these fires since the official explanation didn't seem to add up. Other public figures have shared similar thoughts, pointing to strange patterns in areas that are prone to fires. And when these fires broke out just as celebrities were dealing with legal or financial issues, it made some believe there could be a plan behind it all. On top of that, people started talking about the role of technology in these fires. Some have suggested that things like meters or battery systems could be used to spark fires in certain spots. This idea has led to even more speculation that these fires might not be random at all, but instead part of a carefully orchestrated event. Some people think that certain devices might be manipulated to create dangerous situations, causing destruction in specific areas. While there's no solid proof yet, the idea is still being talked about online. Many believe the pattern of destruction is just too precise to be a coincidence. Another theory that's getting a lot of attention is that these disasters might be a way to grab valuable real estate. The thinking is that if homeowners can't get enough money from insurance to fix their homes, they might be forced to sell at a much lower price. Wealthy investors could then buy up the land cheaply and develop it into profitable ventures. This idea has been compared to what happened in Hawaii, where investors quickly moved in after people lost their homes, often proposing big changes that completely reshaped local communities. Some even suggest that certain underground structures may have been damaged or targeted as part of a bigger plan. As these events unfolded, some people on social media shared footage from a press conference where it was reported that firefighters found what looked like storage areas, which raised concerns about dangerous air quality. The mention of these hidden spaces only fueled the growing belief that the fires might be part of something much bigger. The theory that's developing suggests that the fires could be intentional, and may even be linked to the destruction of underground locations holding important or secret material that someone wants to erase. At the heart of this theory is the idea that some well-known people in the entertainment world, along with powerful figures in other areas, may be connected to secrets they desperately want to keep out of the public eye.
To him opening up about his infidelities in the Family Feud video.
Yeah. I mean, that's what music gives you the power to do. And I think that, once you're ready to share it with your fans in the world, then nobody could judge it. They have to accept what it is. And I think, I thought it was...
With celebrities involved and the fires happening at such a critical time, it's no surprise that rumors spread quickly, especially on social media platforms where videos, interviews, and eyewitness accounts are shared without any filters. In this kind of environment, it's tough to tell the difference between people genuinely trying to understand what happened and those pushing ideas without real evidence. Even with all these strong claims, it's important to remember that no official organization has confirmed any kind of planned connection between the fires and high-profile investigations. Fire departments and local authorities have generally pointed to things like dry vegetation, extreme weather, or human activity as the main causes. Many meteorologists and climate experts agree with this, noting lower rainfall and higher than usual temperatures as key factors behind the wildfires. The conditions that lead to wildfires, like dry vegetation, extreme weather, and human activity, can easily cause fires to start and spread quickly, without needing any malicious spark. But for those who believe something more is at play, just because no one has officially confirmed it doesn't mean there isn't a plan behind the scenes. They argue that if influential people are involved, it makes sense they would use their power to stop anything from contradicting the story they want the public to believe. The fact that fires keep happening at key moments in big legal cases feels like too much of a coincidence to ignore. From their perspective, a well-organized group could make these fires seem accidental or just the result of natural causes. Some people also believe that focusing only on fires as a way to destroy evidence misses the bigger picture. They argue that if certain people are trying to avoid legal trouble, they might use multiple methods to protect themselves, and fires could just be one of those tactics. Some people believe that there might be more to come, future events designed to take attention away from ongoing court cases or new accusations. Others worry about how fragile digital evidence can be and wonder if cyber disruptions could happen alongside these events, making it even harder to track down the real story. Another interesting point people have raised is the connection between real estate deals and the timing of the news. There are stories about expensive properties going up for sale right after local fires, sometimes with complicated payment deals involved. In some cases, well-known people might move their assets or change ownership of properties, things that are perfectly legal but can seem suspicious to those already wondering if these events are part of a bigger plan.
If you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave.
Right.
Gotta keep them there.
Right.
You need locks on the doors.
Okay, this is sounding kind of dangerous now.
It's a little kinky, but
yeah.
rock with me. But just check it out. You need a lot of heat. A lot of heat. Yeah.
Heat. You mean physically?
Supporters of the conspiracy theory believe that some real estate deals happening right after the fires are too perfectly timed to be a coincidence. They argue that these events might be part of a bigger plan, rather than just random occurrences. There have also been clips shared online showing strange moments during live news coverage of the fires, which have sparked a lot of discussion. For example, some people noticed popping sounds or what others have called explosions. Experts often explain that things like gas canisters stored near homes can make loud noises when they get too hot, but those who believe in the conspiracy see these sounds as possible evidence of something more planned. They think this could be a sign of something bigger going on than just wildfires spreading naturally. On top of that, some people feel that the mainstream media coverage has been inconsistent or incomplete, which only fuels the suspicion for those who are already looking for a hidden agenda behind it all. People who believe something bigger is going on point to how quickly news coverage changes, with some parts of the story getting less attention than expected. They also notice that the first reports during a crisis sometimes don't match the official statements that come out later from government agencies. These differences only make the theory seem more likely, as people start to fill in the missing pieces with their own ideas. All of this brings the focus back to the idea that there could be a coordinated effort to hide certain information from the public. Some people who have spent a lot of time on social media, looking through court documents, or noticing unusual real estate deals believe they see patterns that can't just be coincidences. They often point to past events where property damage or other big incidents happened right before major legal decisions were made. While these are just stories, they make some people even more convinced that there's more happening behind the scenes. The story behind the California fires is much more complicated than just another environmental disaster. While some find the coincidences surrounding the fires interesting, it's important to stay cautious. There are voices urging everyone to stay patient and wait for more investigations or official statements before jumping to conclusions. The reality is, focusing too much on unproven theories could take away attention from what really matters, the safety and well-being of those affected. Many people have been seriously impacted by these fires, losing their homes and their communities. While some groups online are busy exploring the idea of bigger conspiracies, entire neighborhoods are facing the very real challenges of dealing with the destruction and disruption caused by the fires. The priority should be on helping those who are suffering, not just speculating about what might be behind the scenes.
Putting $2 together, $2 together, just things that were just, really painting houses.
Yeah.
Doing all types of things. So it's like, you work hard, you get what you deserve.
The idea behind this theory is still strong for some people because it connects to a larger sense of mistrust toward big institutions, powerful individuals, and official sources of information. Many people now feel that pure coincidences can't explain events, especially when they involve huge legal battles or famous figures in the entertainment world. They believe the stakes are just too high for those at the center of these controversies, and that extreme actions might be taken to ensure things go their way or to avoid serious legal consequences. It's a viewpoint that speaks to the growing suspicion many feel toward those in power. Williams plays a big role in this whole story because he's known for talking about things that others might shy away from. He's clashed with industry figures in the past, but his supporters believe that his straightforward approach shows a side of things that most people don't see. Whether his comments about an upcoming big event were real predictions, just metaphors, or simple coincidences, many people think they're important, especially with what's happened since. Because of this, Williams has become a key figure for those trying to connect different dots that might seem unrelated at first. While not all of these connections have clear proof, the ongoing discussions show a growing doubt about the official explanations, especially when big events seem to happen around major scandals. Whether the wildfires are part of a secret plan or just a result of natural and human causes is still up for debate. But what's clear is that more and more people want to dig deeper, questioning what's really going on beneath the surface. The idea that the California fires might have been planned to destroy or hide important materials connected to big controversies involving famous people has gained some attention online. People like Katt Williams, Ally Carter, and Catherine Austin Fitts have helped spread these ideas by offering different viewpoints that go against the usual explanations. They focus on things like the timing of the fires, how properties were strangely damaged, reports of unusual behavior, and a general mistrust of the official stories. Even some celebrities have started to question the true cause of the fires, wondering if there's more going on than what the official reports say. These doubts, combined with the strange circumstances, have made many people wonder if the fires are part of something bigger and more planned than just a natural disaster. Some people believe the California fires are just caused by common wildfire factors like drought, high winds, and environmental challenges, but the speculation continues. Many feel that powerful forces might be behind the scenes, taking extreme actions to protect their interests. As things unfold, opinions are divided on whether these connections are part of a real cover-up or just coincidences, made more intense by the fear and uncertainty of the moment. This ongoing debate shows just how much social media and independent platforms shape our understanding of big events. In today's world, where news spreads fast online, any unusual event can quickly become a bigger story, especially when famous people or influential organizations are involved. Whether these fires are part of a bigger plan or simply an unfortunate natural disaster is still unclear. But one thing is certain: questions about transparency, safety, and accountability will continue to influence how people view these events. In Los Angeles, the mix of suspicion and curiosity shows that even natural disasters can become part of a larger story about hidden motives, leaving many feeling like there's more to the situation than meets the eye.